Hi, this is the fourth in the series of 7 videos in which I present some poems that I wrote with my friend Martin. And we collected them here in this book, and we illustrated them also. So I would draw a picture, and then he would write a poem to it. In this video, most of them, actually all of them except for one, was written by Martin and illustrated by me. And then in the first one, it's flipped around so that he provided the illustration and I wrote the poem. And we've selected these because they form sort of a path, sort of a narrative, with 2 characters named Rosie and Lily. And he will talk about he'll talk more about that on his channel. But I wanted to present them all in one piece here. So I hope you enjoy it. Simpatico. At the end of the night, all the words that needed to be said had been said. In agreement, our thoughts became birds that shared a little straw nest and sang best in twilight mist. For after you touched my heart, all I heard was within you instead of my own head.
This is a poem about when we're number one. First. We're dying to be first, to seek out our great success. Maybe winning the 100 meters in a record-breaking style. Or just be that one in white, walking down an aisle. With friends and family looking on, in joy and smiling beams. The day that every girl has planned for in her many dreams. She'd made it to the altar and claimed her happiness. They danced the first, as love floated them round the floor. Held in some sweet embrace, they had found the perfect one. Speeches, toasts and handshakes, the breakfast was all done. She had a diamond sterling man, he had the sweetest rose. This brand new way together brings their old lives to a close. The honeymoon beginning as they swept out of the door. A poem about unexpected responsibility. Unprotected. The tiniest spark. Was it the swish of a hem? A fresh, smooth shave, a knowing glance. They had to mount that train. Held in their own compartment, the novices secured the door. Departure's whistle blowing, the locomotive at full steam, beginning a new journey with its calling points left unclear, gripped to each other as their train's rhythmic shaking came. From many ecstatic travels, their grown-up world arrived. They'd planned for this platform, and now they must alight. The destination with its tiny carriage, and the little one inside. A poem about decay. Mushrooms in the woods. Comes the damp September of their time, the little family picking mushrooms in the wood, searching hard to find the tasty ones. Poisonous worries kept from their precious girl. Let's find a perfect picnic spot in an open glade. All the good things taken from their wicked hamper. The blanket thick enough to cover all the bumps. Lying in the autumn sun, their days are drawing in. Soon the bitter winter will freeze this lovely fruit. A poem about betrayal. The Trinity. 2 sisters who grew up so close. A heavenly match they made. No secrets kept between them, sharing every little thing they had. His invisible spirit floated around them, a son who always died for them both, the same father that has and knew love. A broken part of their public covenant, this sacrament that must not be shared. Two family bonds defiled, her heart is crucified, the sterling hand taken by her closest kin. A poem about divorce. Half-life. 50-50, that's what it says in the law. Who gets the keys to the front door? Our friends belong to me, or only to you? Chop the family dining table in two? You have the car, and I will take the bus. Children will split their time between us. Those precious photos of the seaside become half-torn memories on the wayside. Now we must both carry our burden of guilt, looking at this destruction of all that we built. Stuck with an unpleasant piece of the past, lawyers gobble their share to finish it at last. A poem about running towards yourself. Lily runs away. Even from the pram they start to run, lost amongst the shoppers, hiding in the supermarket shelves, on a quest to find something. Running around the playground, chasing tails and kicking balls, writing characters on paper, searching for a correct solution. So many options to run through, arts or science, which to follow. This is the time when it is essential to make the right choice. Running for the bus and train, climbing up the difficult ladder. Career has become everything now, seeking some sort of prize on top. It's run like this for so long. The meaning has become blurred. Only thoughts about escaping from fear they may find their real selves. A poem about depth. Green. Let's go for a drink, just us four girls, to the cocktail bar. Glass followed glass, and everything around became a blur. They talked and they laughed, and the conversation was going well. You know, this season everything is natural colours, like green. In their lined dresses, two of them leant on each other for support. One had a green scarf on her shoulders. Designer sunglasses too. Why, Lily, you are so booksy. Black and white is so last year. They giggled at their friend. She was sipping at her orange juice. Her quiet, sober look, maybe disapproving of their shallow lives. Glad you are home, my precious stone. I love your emerald eyes. The eyes that will never change upon a fancy or fashion's whim. Curled in bed, they spoon together. This, the most natural thing. A poem about losing a friend too soon. The dragons took the princess. We hardly noticed them as they arrived, the dragons in the blood. Silently they laid their eggs and hatched their awful plan. Their talons squeezing into mortal life, their claws were digging in. As their furious work unfolded, the symptoms grew much worse. We called knights in white coats, who tried valiantly to drive them back. They shrunk them with their strong poisons, and cut at them with blades. The battle raged for many months, and slowly the flames went out. Lying in the smoking ruined castle, the princess's fire burnt away. A poem about the haunting past. Dream 93. I dreamt I was resting in a lily pond, 93 frogs croaking from my hair. The tadpole farmer looking down at me, asking, "What are you doing in there?" As I replied to him, the plug came out. I went swirling down the drain. The pipe became a crashing avalanche, rolling up a rocky road mountain. Buried deep inside the snow, I tumbled over twice, then everything went dark. Dragged back and forth. Through baby wipes, I'm on a swing at the play park. The faceless teacher and the waiting undertaker were pushing me way too hard. They delivered a fearsome shove, and I flew into the pawnbroker's backyard. My shoes were worth a mint, so I swapped them for a plastic dump truck. The engine made a cough sound and spat out a nasty smoke. Such luck. But today was the birthday. I'd invited everyone. Please bring a cake. In one tearful sob, I blew them all away. Then blank. Just lying there, awake. A legend. Xenor. I am Xenor. I hail from the frozen plains of Baltan. Warrior, queen, keeper of the stones of Klar. I am a daughter of Marok, slayer of the half-beast, healer, priestess, holder of the ritual of 7 knives. If you come to Klar in peace, you will be welcomed. Eat and rest with us for a while from your journey. But soon, you must take your leave and travel on. Outsiders are forbidden to join us or witness our truths. As you leave us, restored and fit again for the path, we stand at the threshold, waving a gracious farewell. You must not look back, lest you feel our sorrow, the agonized tears at your enforced departure from us. I am Xenor. I am Xenor, queen and daughter of Marok. Marok the brave, who was enticed from the city by a stupid fancy in return for a handful of stones. Just me. Just me. I am the lonely inhabitant of Klar. A poem about the desolation of old age. Flower Girl. Rosie's place was full of flowers. They were her fragrant life. She slept amongst their fallen petals, left colourless and dry. Too sentimental to clear them away, these aged, fragile bones. Her stems, cut off at the ground, this rootless existence alone. She adorned and arranged her grubby space with every type of posy. But there are never enough vessels to hold on to everyone. Some are cracked and broken with their wet memory dripping out. Others lost in her dark corners, layered with years of forgotten dust. She bunches up the bad times with the hope that one might bloom. But her emerald and the diamond were stolen from her arrangements. Still left behind from every occasion, the weddings and the births. Rosie longed now only to regain the innocence of her singular lily. A poem about the difference between flowers and herbs. The rosy life. Walking through the days engulfed in the sweet perfume of innocence. Blissful vivid reds of ignorance, nicely puffed with frilly naive pinks. The big vibrant heads yellow with their arrogance and self-indulgence. Ephemeral petals cover the thorns of doubt and guilt, the life unlived. A gentle touch releases a fragrance that lingers for the troubled hand. Sage roots draw on wisdom's vital loam to nourish every branch above. A plant that gives shelter and feeds love's nectar from sympathetic flowers. Green and tender leaves of compassion accompanying the ugly meat of life. We knew her as Rosie, but in truth, she was pure rosemary.